This is Dabu7. We have an interesting situation in Europe where they're saying that they have detected airborne radioactive particles, but they're saying that there's no threat to human health. This reminds me of a year or so back, maybe a couple years, we had a similar incident. Some of you may recall there was a release of particles over the same region, roughly the same region, and it remained a mystery for the longest time. In this instance, they're saying German officials have stated that there's a spike in radioactivity in the air in Western and Central Europe. They go on to say there's no threat to human health. Others say, how can that be when you don't even know where it's coming from? That's a good point. They have their Federal Office for Radiation Protection saying that these elevated levels of isotope ruthenium-106 have been reported in Germany, Italy, Austria, Switzerland, and France since September 29th. What is going on? That is the big question now. They state that this is sometimes used for radiation therapy to treat eye tumors and sometimes as a source of energy to power satellites. That's interesting, because if this would have been on a satellite that came down and burned up in the atmosphere, maybe exploded, and we did witness a massive fireball here within the past few days that came down on that side of the globe. I'm not sure specifically where it came down at. I'm going to have to look a little bit further into that. But are some of these fireballs space debris that is actually satellites coming in and burning up? We know there's a lot of junk out there. We know that some of them are nuclear powered. We also know that there is the possibility, and this is coming from the top brass out of the EMP Commission, stating that they could easily put a small device like that into one of these satellites and put it up there to where it's traveling over countries. And if they did detonate it, it could cause an EMP type of an effect. I've talked about this because the Shining Star satellite from North Korea is going the wrong way and passing over our country constantly. They refuse to shut it down, shoot it down, anything like that. They seem to not care. And that doesn't sit well with me at all. But beyond that, if any of these other weapons, satellites, or anything was to break up in the atmosphere, it could cause this. And of course, they would never say a word about that. They would just let it remain a mystery. Regardless if it came from a satellite, could have come from something else, some kind of test out here. We don't know. But at this point, what we do know is that it's in the air, and they're not saying what it's coming from. So this mystery airborne radioactivity detected in Europe. If you guys got any info on it, let me know. Dabu7yahoo.com. Also, make sure you're following me on Twitter for the latest updates, and following my other YouTube channel, Dabu777. There's going to be some upcoming live streams over there that are going to be very important, and you may only catch them live. Also, Dabu77, 9 p.m. Eastern Friday nights for Underground World News Live. Hope to see you guys there.